Hello. In this video, I will show you how to test a drinking water sample for the presence of dissolved and bioavailable lead or uranium ions using the ANDalyze fluorimeter and test kit. Please be aware that the following steps are for testing clear water sources such as drinking water only. Other water matrices such as surface, ground, industrial, and wastewater can also be tested but require pre-treatment steps. Contact ANDalyze customer service for additional application notes on pre-treatment methods. Before trying this yourself, please read through the entire user manual, pay attention to all danger, warning, and caution statements. And please note that a site calibration should be completed prior to testing in any of three situations. 1. When testing a new location. 2. To adjust for significant changes in sampling temperature. Or 3. When beginning to use a new lot of sensors. See the manual or other videos for instructions on site calibration. For your convenience, the sensor buffer caps and fluorimeter screens have been color-coded for each metal. Lead is green, uranium is orange. As part of this test will be time sensitive, we will first prepare the required materials. An ANDalyze fluorimeter. 1 lead or uranium sensor bag. 1 1 milliliter syringe. 1 lead or uranium buffer solution. 1 transfer pipette. And 1 sample cup. First, let's take our sample. For best results, use a freshly collected sample, and that is used within 1 to 2 hours of collection. And remember to use a clean container to prevent contamination. Here is my sample for today, which I collected from the local water fountain. And today, I'm going to test for lead. Please note that the uranium test would be identical, but instead of light green, we would use orange sensors, buffers, and use the uranium metal testing screen. Next, let's prepare the buffered solution. For this, we will use the buffer solution tube, which you will notice contains a small amount of material, which is designed to bring the pH of the test solution to pH 7 for lead or a pH of 5.5 for uranium. Open the tube carefully so that the material does not fall out. Slowly pour the test water into the provided sample tube containing liquid buffer, up to the 5 milliliter mark. If required, use the provided plastic dropper to transfer water accurately without exceeding the 5 milliliter volume mark. Close the cap tightly and mix well by shaking. Once the sample is mixed with ANDalyze sample buffer, test within 15 minutes. Now, let's open the sensor bag, which contains the colored sensor, a plastic cuvette, and a desiccant. The desiccant should be blue in color. If it is turned pink, the sensor may not perform well. Place the plastic cuvette in the instrument. The cuvette has an arrow which should face you when inserted. Insert the cuvette completely so that the fluorimeter lid can close. The meter and cuvette design help to prevent improper orientation. Then place the colored sensor on the cuvette. The square portion of the sensor can be placed on the cuvette in any orientation with the round sections facing upward. Make sure the sensor is seated securely on the cuvette. Initialize the fluorimeter by pressing the on-off button. Ensure that the fluorimeter is on the correct metal screen. You'll notice the color of the item of the screen will match the color of the sensor. For our test, we have selected lead, and the items are green. Confirm that the site being tested is correct. The fluorimeter should be laid flat on a stable surface during a measurement. With one of the provided syringes, draw 1 milliliter of water from the sample buffer tube into the syringe. Attach the syringe, the top of the sensor housing, over the cuvette in the instrument. The syringe will fit into the top of the sensor. Maintaining a constant speed, carefully squeeze the sample water through the housing into the cuvette. This should take 3 to 5 seconds. Too quickly, and the materials inside may rupture. Too slowly, and the reaction will have already started. The syringe and housing should be immediately removed and the sample door closed. Press the start button located just below the screen to test the sample. This should take about a minute. When indicated, remove the cuvette from the sample chamber to prevent spilling and fouling. The results will be displayed in parts per billion. To save the results, press the Save button. As in my case, a reading of below 2 parts per billion limit indicates the amount of lead in the sample is below the minimum detectable levels in the instrument. After each analysis, it is important to discard all components used during the analysis, including the cuvette, sensor housing, sample tube, syringes, to avoid cross-contamination. No special disposal is necessary. With practice, this test can be completed from sampling to results in about 1 to 2 minutes. If you have additional questions, please refer to the manuals, but if not addressed, feel free to reach out to us at ANDalyze. Thank you for watching.